Hey everyone, and welcome to the Magical Miracle Network. My name is Ruth Perkinson, and I am so grateful all of you are with me here today for a very short teaching. And in order to do this teaching today, I need everyone to get a piece of paper and a pen and to pause the video right now. Just take a second, just pause the video and go get a piece of paper and a pen, because this teaching is really going to knock it out of the park today, I think, for so many of us here on planet Earth today. So hit the pause button and come on back after you've gotten prepared, and we'll go ahead and do this very short teaching for today that I think will be very helpful for so many of us. All right, now that you are back after you've gotten that piece of paper, and this is really good for especially parents, I feel, because I taught Sunday school many years ago at St. Thomas's Church here in Richmond, Virginia, and I remember not knowing what I was doing. I really didn't. I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing here, but the youth minister had asked me to do it, and she's like, I don't care what you do, go in there, teach a course in miracles, whatever you feel like doing. And so I did. One day I went in and I taught to the little kids there, beautiful children, what the characteristics of a teacher of love are, what the characteristics of the teacher of God are, of source and light and energy. And I made them write down the characteristics. And so today what we're going to do is we're going to do just that. We're going to talk about the teacher, the true teacher of love and light, and what the characteristics are coming right out of A Course in Miracles. And so I wrote them all down, so I'm going to show them to you here in the video. So the teacher of love, this is the true teacher in your mind, in your heart and mind. This is coming from all the way up through time and space, outside of time and space. This is the Holy Spirit thought system, which is what we've been talking about all summer long, now into the fall. It's been a great summer, hasn't it? So anyway, for the most part, it's been a great summer. We've had some hiccups here and there. But anyway, the first attribute or characteristic of a teacher of love or God or spirit is trust. We really need to trust that the Holy Spirit is the expert in the room. So let's trust the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is the expert in the room of everyone's mind, past, present, future. That's truly he, she, it, whatever pronoun you want to use, is the expert. Not Ruth, not you as the personality, but as true spirit, your true self, okay, connected to source. The second characteristic is honesty. And we all need to just be very honest with yourself, with everything that's going on. This is, again, a characteristic of a teacher of love or God is honesty. And we're just being very honest with how we feel and how we see everyone. We're seeing everyone in truth, in true and honesty. And honesty meaning that you tell the truth. You know, you really do. You tell the truth as best you can. Really open up that throat chakra and tell the truth as best you can. Sometimes there's private things you need to keep private between you and your loved ones, but really be truthful and honest as best you can. The next one is tolerance. This is a characteristic which really means non-judgment. And so we want to teach our children as best we can to be non-judgmental, okay? I think that's pretty clear. The next one, look at that, gentleness. And so a teacher of love or God or source or light or spirit is very gentle, not only with themselves, but with all the beings they think about. The next characteristic, number 5, is joy, is to be happy. We just had a great session last week with Coco, and she is our in-house expert on happiness and joy. And so we always want to try the best we can to be as happy as we can through the day. All right, so we're going to turn the page. Again, we're on the teacher of love or God, and we've got a few more characteristics. There are 10 total. The next one is defenselessness. Okay, so what does that mean? It really means you are not defending yourself. You are not attacking or defending. You're just sort of what we might call allowing. You're just allowing for the love to flow, allowing whatever's going on out there in your dreamscape. You're just allowing, okay? So that's defenselessness, and that's where our safety really lies. And down the road, I'll do another video on what defenselessness means. Okay, so really it just means you're being undefended. Okay, we're not attacking, nor are we defending. And that's what that means. The next one, number 7, generosity. We don't need to explain that one. Number 7, generosity. The next one, number 8, is patience. We don't need to explain that one, do we? Infinite patience produces immediate effects. Quote right out of A Course in Miracles. Number 9 is faithfulness, and just having faith that love, source, light, and God knows what's happening and is in charge of the wheel of this dreamscape of a world. Okay, we're having faith in that. That's pretty, I think, self-explanatory. The 10th one is open-mindedness, which means that you're open to love, you're open to light, you're open to listening, you're opening to supporting and those kinds of things. So open-mindedness means that you are not closed, you are open. And that's kind of a really great way you can teach your children. When you're closed-minded, you're like this. When you're open, you're like this. And these are the characteristics of a teacher of love, light, God, source, energy. Those are the 10 characteristics. So you can, again, pause that button and go back and write those down. And those are in order coming out of the manual for teachers out of A Course in Miracles. And so that is what I wanted to share with you guys today. So now, your children, if they're choosing the teacher of fear or the ego, this is the false teacher that we remember. We're in a split mind here. We're in the dreamscape of what I call the terrible, awful dream of separation. And so the teacher of fear or the ego has some characteristics that are opposite of what we just talked about. So again, you can pause the video and we'll take a look at what these are if you need to get some more paper, right? I write in big Sharpie because I'm visually challenged, and I think these little diagrams, notes are helpful for you guys out there. So number 1, the teacher of fear is suspicious at best and vicious at worst, right out of the Course. That's its range. Number 2, it's dishonest. It's deceiving. It lies. Doesn't tell the truth. That's its characteristic there. It's very judgmental. Number 3, you can see how we're going right down through the very opposite of what a teacher of love is. Okay. It's harsh. The ego is harsh. It's always attacking, and it's always really trying to get you upset. Okay. The teacher of love, a teacher of fear or the ego is always unhappy. It's sad. Doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with this. We have these feelings, but just remember that when we have these feelings that come up, remember that the ego is in charge of your heart and mind. The ego, number 6, is defended. It's ready for attack. So it's very litigious. It wants to defend. And so spirit never defends. Spirit is just quietly watching, saying, hey, it's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. You don't have to defend and you don't have to attack. Okay. Everything's going to be okay. So I really like that. The next part of the teacher of fear or the ego is it's very unkind. I think that's very self-explanatory. It's impatient. It's not faithful. And it's closed-minded. So these are the opposite attributes of the teacher of love or source or light or energy. These are the attributes or the characteristics of the teacher of fear or the ego. And so what we're doing each and every day, guys, is we're choosing. We have a decision-making mind. I've used this before, this little blue crystal here. This is our chooser in our mind. You can put it right here in our third eye. We're always choosing between these two different teachers here. We're choosing between the teacher of love or we're choosing the teacher of fear. Okay. So which one is true? Well, the teacher of love, light, source, that is your true teacher. The teacher of the ego is your false teacher. And we really need to begin teaching the children out there that they've got two teachers, two guidance, the good guidance counselor in the mind, and we have the bad guidance counselor in the mind. And so the good guidance counselor, the spirit counselor, is going to counsel you on those first 10 characteristics that I showed you. And then what we call the bad guidance counselor is going to guide you with those opposite characteristics, the teacher of the ego. Okay. Everybody here on planet Earth is in a split mind. And so we just be very gentle with yourself and just go, okay, we're on to it now. We know we're in a split mind. We know we're in a terrible, awful dream of separation. And again, it doesn't take us long to figure out we're in a terrible, awful dream of separation. Just look at the news, look at what's happening in your family, look at what happens in your, your friendships, or look what's happening just in your neighborhood. Okay. It doesn't take long to see that we are in a dream of separation, and we're really trying to shift with the miracle of love and forgiveness to the happy dream of unity and innocence and love. And the last thing I want to share with you guys, this last note, is the holy encounter. And the holy encounter is when you see your brother or sister with love and light and forgiveness. And I just really want everyone out there to begin to see yourself first with love and light and forgiveness and care and respect and encouragement, and really just be kind. And when we see our brother or sister in the unholy encounter, we are seeing them with all of those characteristics I just talked about as far as a teacher of fear is concerned. So take a minute, relook at this video, and really write down those attributes and stick them on the wall or stick them on your Post-it note somewhere, and share that information, open source that information out to everyone you can source it out to. And just remember that the teacher of the ego, which this is my crystal that represents the ego, this is the false teacher. And when this guidance counselor is in charge, then it's really going to be a bad day or a bad moment. When this guidance counselor of love and light is in charge, this is my crystal for the Holy Spirit, then this is the Spirit, then this is the good guidance counselor. And this counselor is going to show you exactly what to think, what to say, and what to do. Remember, the thought comes first. The thought always comes first. What do we think? Who are we thinking with? The teacher of fear or the teacher of love? And remember, the teacher of love is always going to guide you in the right direction. Okay, so a short teaching today. I just wanted to come in here and let you guys know I love you so much. It's been an amazing week for me. I've got so many people here in Richmond, Virginia, really backing me up on this channel. I can't even begin to tell you how things are changing so rapidly for all of us here in Richmond. We have a bastion of people here in this community who are so wise. I have my friends here and my family are just so wise, and there's so much information to share. So we've got a lot of people lined up in the next 6 weeks, and I'm so excited to be bringing them on this channel. And just if you feel like sharing, please share the information, because I know it's going to be helpful for all beings out there. We're really trying to make this a free trade school where we open source the information as best we can, and we let everyone know that love is always free. The wisdom of love is always free. The wisdom of light is always free. And you watching this video, you are the light of the world, and there is so much love for you. So just be loving to yourself, loving to all beings around you, and having that holy encounter with them. And I'm going to take my glasses off because we're ending the video. Remember, I'm very visually challenged, so you have to be patient with me. A teacher of love and source is very patient as I go ahead and end the video, and just let you guys know how much I really love you. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.